Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Demis Hellen, and in this video we're going to look at making a realistic 303 acid lead using Retrologue 2. If you want to follow along at home, you can just follow everything that you see on screen and you'll have the same preset as me, and then you can tweak it to how you like. So what we need to do first is set this saw wave to fixed phase because we want a nice tight acid, and I'm going to set it to 180 because it's got a little bit more bite. And we're going to keep it one octave lower. If you want to shift the MIDI, you can do. And then in the voicing section, we need to switch it to mono, set the glide to on, and the trigger mode to legato, which means that we can only have one note at a time playing, which is going to force it to slide into the next note where we want it to. And I'm going to turn glide down to 0 for now. And then pretty much it all relies on the filter positioning and the shape of the envelope. So we have a few controls here, just to quickly guide you through them. We have the cutoff, and then that's surrounded by the envelope, key following, resonance, and distortion. And we're going to be utilising all of these. So the envelope is what we're going to start with. We're going to set this to about 200 Hertz. And with the envelope, we can set this to, say, here. And it just opens up the filter like it would do with any other synth. But we can shape it here using the filter envelope. So I'm going to go with about 5,000-ish milliseconds there. So we've got a nice long decay. And that's going to give us some definition. We don't want it too fast. Turn up the resonance. So you can see there we've got a very nice sounding 303 already, and we can add a little bit of distortion to this. So we can control how far that envelope travels now. So we can say just only a smidge mix into that cutoff, or we can add the full amount. You're going to get more of that sort of croakiness out of the acid if you turn the envelope up further. It's going to give you naturally more of a slide across and give you that traditional sound. We can also switch this up to clipping if you want that dirtier sound. But I like the sound of that traditional tube. Now, we need to add a little bit more bite into this sound, so we need another envelope, but you can see the only other one we have is the amplifier, and we're going to leave that because we want that up to be full sustain for the notes. But you can see here in the modulations section, we've got 4 LFOs, sorry, and an envelope at the end with a few more options, but we're just going to zero everything just so you can see that nothing else is influencing this sound. Leave a little bit of release on stop clicks. And we're going to add in around 40 to 50 milliseconds of decay. And what we can do is use the matrix and select envelope 3 and then select the cutoff. And what we're doing is adding a very quick shift, so very similar to this decay, but much quicker. So it'll open up the filter quicker and it'll just give it a little bit of character and a little bit of bite and just bring out that growl. Now, it sounded a little bit flat at the moment, and that's because it's on an LP24. It's not the best for this, but we have a few filter options in Retrologue. Bandpass 24 is one of the better options. But naturally, with the bandpass, you want to make sure that the envelope is traveling a lot less further because we've got a band pass, which is essentially just the mid frequencies coming through. So we're actually removing the lows and the highs. So if we move that filter too far, you're going to hear that it's just going to disappear, obviously, because we're pushing it more into a high pass. But a small amount of movement, you get a very, very nice sound. But one step better than this is the HP6 to LP18. So we're actually still getting a band pass, but we're getting different steepnesses of slope on each side. So we're getting a nice gentle slope on the low and a much steeper on the right. And what that's doing is allowing more of the lows to come through. So we'll get a little bit of a warmer sound. So we've got all of that set up. If we just take a look now at the pattern, this is the pattern that we're using here. And we can see that we have the gate and velocities active here. So at the moment it is doing something, but it's not actually opening up the filter or anything, because all we're doing is picking higher notes in the scale, and that's making it sound like they've got a bit of an accent on them, but they haven't. It's just a change of note. But you can see here the velocity values are set to actually open up even more than the rest of them. And then the same with the gate. The gate is just making the note shorter, so it gives it a little bit more of a staccato feel, and we can choose where and how much of that shortness that we want in the pattern editor. So really handy for acids. If we go back into here, we can just bring up the velocity here. But we don't really have much control over how that velocity works. However, if we use the matrix and choose velocity here, and then choose cutoff as our destination, we can now control where that's going to move based on the velocity values that we've got set inside of the pattern editor. So I'm going to set it to about there. So now if we jump into that pattern editor again, you can see that we've got the gates there, but if we jump into the velocity, now we're getting the accents on the sound. You can see them more pronounced, and that's given us much more of a realistic sound to that original 303. So finally, let's add a little bit of slide in here. We're going to need about 20 to 40-ish milliseconds to get something realistic. If we go too far, so there we are. That is how we can make a nice sounding 303 sound using Retrologue. We've got a few effects built in. We can add some reverb and delay, you know, the classics on there. If you want some more of that high to come through, just increase the high time and drop the low time if you don't want any of the lows in. And then if you want to add a little bit of EQ, we can do. We can drop the lows, we can boost the lows, we can use the shelf at the highs as well. And then in the context of a little bit of music, there's nothing too much happening here, but we'll put on our volume control. This is creating a sidechain feel using the volume shaping on the modulators, as you can see here. And what we can do is open up this volume control and we can attach this to the volume control. And you can see we've got a nice little sound going on there. Just a little bit of context so you can hear how it's sounding a track. But there we are. That is how to use Retrologue to create a nice sounding 303 straight out the box. And you can easily create it yourself at home anytime using those different filter types. So if you have any questions about what you've seen in today's video, you can always ask in the comments. I'm always floating around to answer any questions you may have. And with that said, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Take care.